Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Chauvinistic Travelers. Today we have come up with a new video on Eiffel Tower. Situated on the Champ de Mars in Paris, the Eiffel Tower is a lattice tower made of wrought iron. It bears the name Gustave Eiffel in honor of the engineer whose business created and constructed the tower between 1887 and 1889. A competition for the creation of an appropriate monument was organized when the French government was planning the International Exposition of 1889 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. More than 100 proposals were submitted, of which the renowned bridge engineer Gustave Eiffel's proposal was approved by the Centennial Committee. Following a security check, we will be entering the Eiffel Tower. From the ground, you can easily visualize how tall the magnificent Eiffel Tower is. Referred to as La Dame de Fer in the region, which translates to Iron Lady in French, it was built as the focal point of the 1889 World's Fair. Despite initial criticism for its design from some of France's most prominent artists and philosophers, it has now grown to become one of the most identifiable monuments in the world and a global cultural icon of France. In 2022, 58 lakhs 89,000 people visited the skyscraper. 6.91 million people climbed the Eiffel Tower in 2015, making it the most visited landmark in the world. It received the designation of Monument Historique in 1964 and the designation of Paris, banks of the Seine, as a component of the UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1991. We are waiting for the lifts to arrive so that we can go to the upper levels of the Eiffel Tower. From the elevator, you may enjoy the breathtaking panorama.
Oh my God, they're walking?
At 1,000 feet high, the tower is the highest building in Paris and roughly equivalent in height to an 81-story skyscraper. With 410 feet on each side, its base is square in shape. When the Washington Monument was being built, the Eiffel Tower overtook it to become the world's highest man-made structure. It retained this distinction for 41 years until the 1930 completion of the Chrysler Building in New York City. It was the first building in history to rise above the 200 and 300 meter marks. The tower is now 17 feet taller than the Chrysler Building since a broadcasting aerial was added to the top of it in 1957. The second tallest freestanding structure, excluding transmitters, is the Eiffel Tower. The first and second floors of the tower's 3 visitor levels are occupied by eateries. The highest observation deck in the European Union, the topmost platform, is situated 906 feet above the ground. You can buy tickets to take the lift or the stairs to reach the first and second floors. The entire ascent is a 600-step climb with over 300 steps to ascend from ground level to the first level and over 300 stairs to climb from the first level to the second. The top level is reachable via lift alone, even though there is a stairway there. Built for Gustave Eiffel's personal use, a private apartment occupies the top third floor. He used furnishings to adorn it. When the major structural work was finished at the end of March 1889, Eiffel celebrated by taking a delegation of government officials and press representatives to the summit of the tower on March 31st. The ascent took over an hour on foot because the lifts were not yet operational, with several stops made by Eiffel to describe different aspects. You can also purchase gifts for your loved ones from the souvenir shop. A small group of people, including the structural engineer Emile Noguier, the head of construction Jean Compagnon, the president of the city council, and reporters from Le Figaro and Le Monde Illustre, continued the ascent, while the majority of the party decided to end their journey at the lower floors. The tower wasn't made public until 9 days after the exhibition started on May 6th, and even then the lifts were not finished. There was still work to be done, especially on the facilities and elevators. Before the lifts were put into service on May 26th, some 30,000 people had climbed the 1710 step tower, demonstrating its immediate popularity with the general public. Excellent restaurants are also available for dining. Eiffel possessed a 20-year authorization to erect the tower. The city of Paris was to regain possession of it once it was dismantled in 1909. Although the tower's easy dismantling was one of the original contest rules for tower design, the tower's value for many 20th century innovations, especially radiotelegraphy, allowed it to remain after the permit expired, and in 1910 it was added to the International Time Service. 7 to 10 million people visit the Eiffel Tower in Paris each year. Between 75 and 80% of these visitors are foreigners. Approximately 25,000 people visit the tower every day on average. Three beams of red, white, and blue light emanated from a beacon, and the tower was illuminated after dark by hundreds of gas lamps. The buildings of the exposition were lit by two searchlights that were fixed on a circular train. At the summit, a cannon marked the exposition's daily opening and closure. The 2024 Summer Olympics and Paralympics are anticipated to showcase a significant part of the Eiffel Tower. Iron elements that were removed from the Eiffel Tower are anticipated to be featured on both the Olympic and Paralympic medals. Tickets for the Eiffel Tower with guided tour for summit access, as well as Seine river cruise, city tour, and dinner at the Madame Brassare can be purchased from the websites listed in the description box below. Thanks for watching our video. Hope to see you soon on our next vlog. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to our channel.